My name is Rick Bruce. I am one of the people on the committee here for the Skilled Trades Task Force. Welcome again to Brenda Jones, City Council President. Brenda Jones is Skilled Trade Task Force. She'll be here shortly. She is just shortly delayed. But we're going to get this meeting going. How many people are here for the first time? All right, awesome, great, glad to have you. So what you see before you on this dais, you'll see that the skilled trades are represented up here. These are the building tradesmen and women. And we are going to give you a brief synopsis of how to get into the skilled trades and how to get into these apprenticeship programs. There's a lot of construction going on, billions of dollars worth of investment in the city of Detroit. And how many of you out there are interested in getting into the building trades? All right, skilled trades, building trades, we use those words synonymously. I'm with the electricians. We have the carpenters represented. We have also the roofers represented, and we have a representative from MUST and from the mechanical, plumbing and heating and cooling. We have all these representatives here who are going to introduce themselves. So without further ado, I'm going to let, on my left, my furthest left, and Prudence, while you want to introduce yourself, a brief introduction of who you are, and then after that, then we'll go into the agenda.
Hi, my name's Prudence Rose. I'm with MUST Careers, and MUST Careers handles all the building trades, and later on I'll tell you how you can get into these trades. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Laura Kopak, and I'm with the Mechanical Contractors Association, and we have collective bargaining agreements with Local 98, which is the plumbers, and Local 636, which is the pipe fitters, and also they handle the servicing for HVAC. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is John Perkins with the Carpenters, MRCC Carpenters Council, Local 687.
And I just want just a quick note. Jonathan is up here, and he's representing the carpenters. He is still an apprentice. Am I correct, John?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm a third-year carpenter apprentice with Local 687.
Now, isn't that awesome? He was out there sitting down in that audience, watching and learning and listening. Now he's up here. Now he's in. So I just want, this is what success looks like. I mean, we're going to need some more people up here replacing some of us. So hopefully we'll see some more of those fruits from the labors that we put into this. We volunteer our time to come here in the hopes of recruiting more Detroit residents, more people into the trades. Adrian?
Hi, my name is Adrian Bonds. I'm president and business agent of Roofers Local 149.
Great. Thank you so much. We have been doing this Skilled Trade Task Force meetings for the last 12 years? 10 years. 10 years. Thank you. And we have had numbers of people that have gotten into and have used these Skilled Trade Task Force as a means and a way to get into the program. If I could give you just one example of this, to my left is a great example, but all of us, right, have had somebody help us along the way. It's our turn now, being in positions of leadership, and our turn to giving back and making sure that those opportunities are afforded to everybody out here in the audience. Are there any developers or any contractors out in the audience with us today? Okay, well, great. Usually we'll have a lot of our contractors that will come to these meetings, and they are in need of people, and they'll come to these meetings to try to see if they can recruit more people, men and women that are interested in the skilled trades. So I'm going to go start on my left again. I'm going to go over to Prudence, and if you could give us a little bit of information about yourself and the programs that you offer, and give us some good information.
Hi, like I said, my name's Prudence Rose. I'm with MUST Careers. I spent 28 years as Director of Operations for a large electrical contracting firm. We just got through building the arena with Motor City, and we've done a lot of different projects throughout the city. What I represent is MUST Careers. When I left Edgewood, they asked me if I would come work for them, and I said, sure. Why not? So I thought this was a good opportunity to let a lot of people know about what's out there for them. So if you picked up this Must Careers flyer, pamphlet here, brochure, you look inside, everything in white are all the careers that are available. Now, these careers are apprenticeship programs. They go from 2 to 5 years. They're earn as you learn programs, so you're not paying for any of this. This is paid for by all of the guys that are working. They pay your apprenticeship. And what you get is you get either a 2 to 5 year program in one of these trades, and when you're finished, you are a journeyman. You're either a journeyman plumber, carpenter, electrician, but whatever, you're a journeyman. And you've done all that without any college debt, and you've done it all with a few credits shy of an associate's degree. So there are a lot of things that are very important about the trades. And one of them is this is your career pathway to college, because you can get your associates, you can go back while you're working because you're going to make good money. You're going to make anywhere from $60,000 to $100,000 a year in one of these trades. And you can go back at night. You can get your bachelor's. You can get your master's. This is a road to entrepreneurship. This is definitely a road. Just getting your journeyman is great. Working in the field is great. But that's just the beginning. There's a lot more to that. Now, I'm going to let Laura tell you all the specifics of what you need to get in. But if you have questions, I'll be here to answer them, and there's brochures, and I have cards over there. My phone number's on them. You can call me anytime. I'm very aggressively getting people in right now, and if there's jobs, you get in, but don't be impatient. Sometimes it takes 6 months to a year, but you know, things that are good are worth waiting for, believe me. And if it was easy, anybody'd do it. So there are a lot of things you got to know, and I'll have Laura tell you all about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Prudence. I was not as fortunate as Prudence to come up the skilled trades or the construction trades. I retired from practicing law for 30 some odd years, but I saw this as such a terrific opportunity to give back to people and to motivate people to look outside the box in terms of college paths and college careers, and this is one of them. For example, in the plumbers, they're always taking applications 24/7, so the applications are on the table, and also 636 will be taking applications in January, so you just need to call the school and get an application. But generally speaking, you have to be 18 years or older, you have to have a high school diploma or GED, you have to be drug-free, have a valid driver's license, have reliable transportation, and actually having the passion and yearning to succeed, because it is just a stepping stone, as Prudence said, and it's a parallel path to college. Most of these trades will pay your path to college. So for people that don't have families or, an endowment or a trust to pay for their college education, this is another option. Had I known this, I always tell people, had I known this existed, I probably would have been a plumber or pipe fitter first, and then gone on to get my college degree, because then you don't have that much debt. And, it really, it's a tribute, to be sitting here with Mr. Perkins, because he is kind of the poster child of success of some of these pre-apprentice programs. If you don't have experience in the skilled trades, or if you don't have a family member that's in construction, certainly look at pre-apprentice programs before you get into an industry pre-apprentice program. Learn what you have to brush up on, either math skills, interview skills, your hard skills, your soft skills. Get your testing out of the way, practice your testing before you take your test. And, make sure you're prepared to get into the trades. It's a question of a mindset to want to succeed. And if you look at somebody, again, that is what we, urge young people and other people that want to get into the trades. It's what Mr. Perkins has done, and it's a tribute to, his generation and his vision to mentor other young children and young adults and to get into this profession. It's not for everybody, I understand that, but for those that get in, the sky's the limit. It's up to you to imagine it and to do it. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'll be around here later on.
Thank you so much, Laura. And I want to recognize our president, City Council President Brenda Jones. Everybody put your hands together for City Council President. All right. If not for her, we would not be here. We would not be sitting here talking about Skilled Trades Task Force. So thank you so much. The reason why there's so much more opportunity in the city of Detroit for Detroit residents is because we have a strong voice at City Council always advocating for more Detroit residents. So make sure when you vote knowing that the interests of Detroit residents and what our City Council President does for the residents of the city of Detroit sometimes goes unheard and unspoken out in the streets, but rest assured she is always advocating for us day and night. That phone never stops ringing. Never stops ringing, never stops ringing. Without further ado, I want to just let our next speaker, John, you want to give us a little synopsis on getting into the carpenters?
Yep. Well, again, my name is John Perkins, third-year carpenter apprentice with Local 687. I started my apprenticeship about 2.5, 3 years ago, knowing that I made the right decision. Carpentry, when you think of carpentry, you think of just wood, and that's not the case at all. Carpenters does everything from the foundation work to the roof work, excluding the roofers, but the wood work of the roofing carpenters do. It takes a skilled individual to look at a pile of plywood or a pile of 2x4s and build a house. When I say that to say because a lot of people think carpentry is just a false trade on just wood and it's a job. The building trades is more than just a job, it's a career. For me, it's more than just a career, it's my passion. My father always told me to develop a trade because no one can take that away from you. And if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. So coming to these city task force meetings time after time, and for those that's here for the first time, you should think to yourself, what am I here for? Am I here to get a job, or am I here to pursue a career? If you're here to pursue a career, you're in the right place, and we'll show you how to get there. Carpenters, a carpenter apprentice start off about $18 an hour, and you get a raise every 6 months until you get the journeyman's pay, which is $34 an hour. I say that to say, because some people think, okay, when they want to start a new career, you know, what is the money value involved? Like I said before, if you enjoy what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And then if you develop that passion, the money will come regardless. So I say that as the money side as a small part of what we really do as carpentry, as a carpenter. And in the building trades, there are endless opportunities for everyone. I started my career as a carpenter, and it enhanced my knowledge about construction. It motivated me to go back to school and get my construction management degree. Now I'm a project engineer with Barton Mallow. See, a lot of people think carpentry is just swinging a hammer, and it's not. Whatever you put in life is what you get out of it. You know, by being my passion, you know, I worked hard for where I am today, and I'm still working. So like Pruitt said, just because you get in doesn't mean the journey and the battle is over. You still have to put work to go forward. And as you're moving forward, don't forget to reach back and get your brothers and sisters, because like I said, none of us got here by ourselves. So what can you do today to get to that 20 or 25-year-old goal? Thank you.
Thanks so much, John. And if I'm not mistaken, John, you went through the pre-apprenticeship program, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Correct, yes. I went through the pre-apprenticeship program called Access for All, funded by MUS. So that tells you the steps that I had to take to get here. You know, my father, he wasn't a union carpenter, because my father was born in 1921. So that tells you where I get the old soul from. But you know, he taught me at an early age how to swing a hammer and things in that nature, but it was still up to me to develop that passion and that goal and that ambition to go forward and don't let anything or anyone get in my way to achieving that goal.
If somebody wants to be a carpenter, what do they do?
Well, I'm not sure if you guys grabbed the sheet of paper on the table there, but here is where our apprenticeship is located at in Ferndale. And how you get into the apprenticeship, like Prudence said, in all the trades, you have to have a high school diploma or GED, at least 18 years old. You have to bring your driver's license and your social security card to enroll in the apprenticeship program. Once you enroll into the apprenticeship program, now you have to find a union sponsor, which is a contractor. The contractor, actually, the reason why you need to find the sponsor before you enter the apprenticeship school for class, because that contractor pays you to be there twice a month. Now, I'm gonna say that again. That contractor pays you to go to school. So once you actually graduate from this apprenticeship school, one, you have a journeyman's card that you can travel the United States, well, not the United States, you can travel the world, because we have carpenters in Hawaii. I just found that out this weekend, actually. Yeah, we have carpenters in Hawaii, so you can travel the world. And actually, and that journeyman's card is telling whoever you work for, you have to pay me at least $34 an hour. And on a bigger scale, like I said, once you get this trade, if you wanted to become a developer, if you wanted to become a contractor, now you have the skill and mindset to actually implement that and actually employ other Detroit residents. So I'm saying all these avenues because when I said earlier, the opportunities are endless. So just the fact that you can start off as a carpenter apprentice, build in the city of Detroit, and then one day potentially you can become a contractor, a developer, things of that nature. You know, that's what I kind of want you guys to look at the bigger picture. Don't look at just what the next dollar is going to be, because like I said, once you develop that passion, the money will come regardless. Like I said, I think I covered what all you have to, what all you need to get enrolled in the apprenticeship. I'll be in the corner after the ceremony to answer any other questions in detail on exactly how to get involved. I'll actually give you my number as well, so you can contact me so I can kind of mentor you down the way, because I'm not here just to pass out information. I want everyone to be prosperous in this room.
Thank you so much. And I want everybody to keep a close eye on this young gentleman. He's going places. He's still an apprentice. And he is a project manager for Bart Mello on one of the largest construction sites going on in this region, the Red Wings Little Caesars Arena. So thank you so much. We have a representative from DESC.
Before you do that, I'm sorry. Good afternoon to everyone. I just have to take a moment to brag on this young man, and I have to take a moment to brag on him because he is a living example of what I'd like to see happen in the city of Detroit. And I'm saying that because I was one, if you watch council, that did not support the project of the arena because I wanted to make sure that the skilled trades did not just get jobs while the arena was being built, but that they had jobs once the arena was built. And no one would put that in writing for me. And I'm one that believe that if you tell me you're going to do something, put it in writing, because I may not be here when the time comes for it to actually happen. I don't want to drop dead until I'm 105, but I don't have the opportunity to be able to say when I'm going to drop dead. And so I may not be here to say, you promised me you was going to do that. But if it's in writing, whoever is there can say, it's in writing that you said this was going to happen. And so this young man started off as an apprentice. And look where he has grown to be now, a project manager, because he was working there in the arena. And I can't do anything but just smile when I see him and when I hear his story, and just to see how someone just grew and developed and has that passion. And so I look at him and I look at all of you all and say, you may not be as young as this young man, but you have the same opportunity that he had to be able to do the things that he's doing, to go on to be a project manager. Start off down here, but then rise up to be up there. And I am just so proud of him. And just you will be the one that I'm be talking about in the next few years that have started off in an apprenticeship program and have grown to just be where you want to be, or even where you don't even imagine you can be, because I don't even know if he imagined that he was going to be a project manager. But sometimes we start in one place and we just keep on climbing the ladder, and it just keeps taking us higher and higher. And so I am so proud of him, and I am just so happy that he's here today to share his story. When we cut the ribbon of the arena, that was the highlight. Not seeing that arena open, but to see him and hear his story was the highlight of cutting that ribbon, and to say that this can happen to anybody who have a desire to want a career in the skilled trades. It can happen to any of you if that's what you see yourself doing and that's what you want to do. So I am just so proud of you, and I'm just saying that because you have exceeded the goals that you set out for yourself. And not often can someone say, I've exceeded the goals that I set out for myself, and at a young age. So I am just proud of him, and I just wanted to take that opportunity to publicly say that. And while she's going to the mic, I just want to recognize James Slaughter, I give him a new name every time I see him, James Slaughter from Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence's office, who is also working on behalf of the skilled trades up at the federal level to make sure we continue to get money to help us in skilled trades.
I just want to add one more thing, is that John represents one of over 700 apprentices at the arena. So you're seeing one example. There's over 700 more just like him that have a story similar.
Good afternoon, everybody. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? You
Why
can hear me?
don't
Okay.
you come up here and take a seat if you want
Okay.
to?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kelly Miller. I am the Community Engagement Coordinator for Detroit Employment Solutions Corporation. And I'm very happy to be here today. This is an interesting segue from what this gentleman just spoke of. How many people in here are familiar with Michigan Works? How many people here? Good, fantastic. So for those of you who may not know who we are the City of Detroit's Workforce Development Agency. And we have 3 locations throughout the city where you can come and be able to enroll in various types of programs, whether it be educational programs or training or certification programs. We also offer case management services and support services to people who need assistance in various areas of their life, even outside of work readiness, as well as career services too. And I wanted to just really share with you guys, since we're talking about access to apprenticeships and pre-apprenticeship trainings, we actually have one that Detroit Employment Solutions is partnering right now with Dominican Literacy, as well as Southwest Economic Solutions Corporation. And we have a work readiness and economic bridge program for Detroiters interested in construction trades. And this is a really fantastic program because it allows people to get preparation around GED completion, as well as work readiness, as well as actual hands-on training with the Randolph Training Center. And this is going to be an 8-week training. It's going to, let me see here, we're looking at doing 2 cohorts. So the fall cohort should be starting within the next week or 2. So for those of you who may be interested in this opportunity and enrolling in this training, you would first sign up on Detroit at Work's website, which is just detroitatwork.com. The second step is you would need to go to the Detroit Employment Solutions Corporation Facebook page and like our Facebook page. And then from there, we will get your contact information once you pre-register with us, and we will ask you to come into our Samaritan Center location to attend an orientation, which is going to speak specifically around this particular opportunity for training. I want to let you guys also know that this training offers a $1,200 stipend, so you will be able to also earn money as you go through the training. So I just wanted to share that opportunity with you. And right now, excuse me, the program will run from 8 a.m. until 12 p.m. on Monday through Thursday, and from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Friday. And so you'll be able to get training as well in OSHA training, CPR, and customer service certification training. So just to let you guys know how you can begin that process and get on that path to apprenticeships, this is an opportunity for you to be able to do so. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions for her? Does anyone have any questions for her? Can you go to the mic, please?
Hi, my name is Amin Reeves, and I run Brothers in Transition Mentoring. I have an award from the City Council from Sister Brenda Jones, and I'm a part of her Team Jones. My question is, the guys in my mentoring program, some of them are now in their 30s. They started when they was 14. Some of them getting Social Security. But they feel they're workable. They don't want Social Security. They want to make more money. And here's one of my guys right here, Holland. Shut up, Holland. I'm quite sure Holland can learn how to pour some cement or something. You know what I mean? Is there a program or some way we can get these guys off Social Security and into the job field? I mean, I was have a seat, Holland. I was a union construction worker at 1076 Port Walton Floors. Now, you got a carpenter here that talks good about being a carpenter, but a carpenter can't do nothing without labor. Everybody needs labor. First one's on the job, last one to leave. We make so much money. Laborers learn everything that everybody else learns. They work with electricians, they work with carpenters, they work with plumbers, they work with everybody. So you can consider being a laborer first. Learn how to be a laborer, then you can be good at anything else you do. Because I always found out that good laborers make good carpenters, they make good electricians, because they know how to work with people. Right. Another thing is, we need to know how to do things in our communities. Because a couple of weeks ago, due to the fact that I did work in construction, I do know how to put walls and floors and anything you could do with cement, I could do it. Bricks and any other things, right? But I'm watching the people in our neighborhoods work, and the guys from major construction are pouring sidewalks, and they railing the sidewalk with re-steel, which is very sharp when you cut it. We use them in footings, right? And normally, if you have them exposed, you have to put a plastic cap on the top to keep people from getting cut, because it's sliced, it's razor sharp. Well, we had a construction company in our community railing up sidewalks and walkways with re-steel with no caps. We got children playing out there.
So I'm going to ask you, do you know the name of that company? You don't have
Yeah.
to tell me.
Yeah.
Just get with Linda and give Linda that information.
I called her. I
Okay.
called her. But the
Okay.
thing is, when I went to approach them about taking, they brought dump trucks of rocks and dump trucks of dirt and just dropped them in the middle of the street with no, they didn't put up any barricades, no caution tape. I had to go out and ask them to do it because I knew what was supposed to have been done. I had to tell them there's supposed to be some caps on there. Our kids play out there. And I'm passionate about that. They have the cement trucks wash out their cement trucks on people's property, on our grass, right in front of the drain. I got pictures on my phone where the cement slurry runs right into our drains. I'm the only one that knew what was proper because I was into that. And while I'm out there fighting with them trying to keep my community safe, they park a dump truck right into my driveway where we could, here's my wife, we couldn't get in and out of our driveway. They left it, dude told me, F you, and got out his truck. I had to call the police to get them to move the truck.
Okay, so we're going to deal with that, but we don't want to deal with that in here. We want
but
to
the
deal with
point I'm
skilled
making
trades.
is,
in
I'm
here.
saying that to say this. If we all know what's going on in our neighborhoods, we can protect our people. So we need to learn these trades. We need to learn everything we can because we can take care of our people better than that. With other people, it wasn't people that look like us that did that. And when I was arguing with them, I was the only one doing it because I was the only one who had the knowledge of right and wrong and what they were doing. So please get this knowledge, if it's not just to keep our community safe. All right? Thank you.
All right. If you have any comments or any questions, I ask you to go to the mic. And I asked you to go to the mic because we are actually being taped, and we want to make sure that the people at home that are watching can get the information that we are asking and that we are sharing with each other as well.
My name is Candace. Thank you. And I'd like to take on the role as a community organizer. And what caught my attention is when Ms. Kelly mentioned there's a program that allows individuals to acquire the education of where they left off, and that is as a GED, to get to the next level, to be able to be ready for a program that Mr. Perkins started out in. I'm old school, so I'm going to say I can go to a website, but I saw you, Ms. Kelly, flipping through some information. And if there's a flyer, I want to make sure I leave with it because I like to get this information disseminated throughout my community.
No problem. Yeah, so this information actually has not been, the flyers for it have not been made official just as of yet. They should be going up and being able to be circulated as of the beginning of next week. But because of today's date, and I wanted to make sure that I got this information to you guys so that you know what is available to you right now. And so as soon as we have the actual flyers and hard copy information, I'll be more than happy to share that with Ms. Wesley, and we can make sure that that information gets out to you. But in the meantime, again, you can just go to the Facebook page as well as to the Detroit at Work website, and we will have information available to you, okay?
Hi, Kelly. Reginald
Hi.
Davis. And your program, does it incorporate the previous DESC initiatives like DRAP and DEEP? Those participants, can they flow into your program, or will they have to actually re-register?
That's an excellent question. I mean, this is definitely a distinct program from DRAP or DEEP, but I would not imagine that it would, that folks who have been through those programs would not be able to participate in this program as well. Okay. So, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
How are you?
First, I'd like to commend Councilwoman Brenda Jones for giving us this opportunity to get this information. I bring you greetings from Pride Area Community Council, where Mr. Dickinson is our president. I'm actually a candidate. I went through the program DEEP. Like my brother here, I actually am an administrator now at ThyssenKrupp in Detroit. Through the program, I was able to learn the skills that were necessary. However, now I'm trying to, my son is here, Tyree, he's 19, just graduated from Frederick Douglass Academy. He went through Randolph Technical Institute, did carpentry for 2 years. We went down to the Carpenters Union recently, got information from a workshop that you guys had, and he also went through and applied to be an apprentice as you did. The question that I have is, after he did that, they gave him a list of, I would say, approximately 100 contractors for him to call to try to get sponsorship. He's been making those calls for about 2 months. However, it's been very, very hard to get someone to be the sponsor so that he could be in the program. So I'm wondering if you have any insight onto, any other calls or contacts that he should be making.
Yes, I do, actually. After this is over with, I'll actually sit down and talk to him, because depending on the contractor he's calling, just because we have all this work in the city, not all contractors have that work.
Okay.
You understand? So it depends on, by me having the knowledge on knowing what contractor is doing good and what contractor is not doing that good,
Okay.
I can actually lead him in the right direction in regards to who has the most work and who is looking at this moment. So I'll definitely, and that's kind of what I do as well on the recruitment side is, and a brotherhood and the union. Usually when you leave a job, that journeyman or that apprentice that you're working with, they help you get that next job or that next site, that job site, because they know who has the more work and who does not have the more work. Because he might have just went down the list and A, B, C, D, and just start calling, and those guys might not even be working at all. So when they answer the phone and say, yeah, we're slow right now, they're not lying, because they might be slow right now. But if you call the company that's booming and really need guys, you will know that. But by me having that insight, that's what I'm here for, to actually give that to you. So
Appreciate it.
I'll make sure I'll give that to you and your son before you leave today.
Thank you.
Let me say this as you're coming forward. We are all family in here, and just notice two people speak up for two people. And I'm going to say this to you guys, as you want to be into the skilled trades, you got to move out aggressively. That's right. Because there's a lot of people want to be in the skilled trades as well. And so your dad may not be there, he may not be there for you. Right. You got to learn how to be aggressive to go out there to get what you want. And a lot of times people will say, I don't have anything yet. Worry them. Call them 5 times. You ain't got nothing yet? Call them the next day. You get anything yet? Call them the next day. What about now? It might be, you guys are laughing. But
I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah. I'm saying that because if you're moving out aggressively, they see you're hungry for it. And those are the kind of people that they look forward to wanting to take advantage of it. And I'm not saying this to pick on you guys. I'm saying it to help you with love, because that's what happens a lot of times. I see people step up for people, but I want you to be aggressive. Just in case they're not around, you can aggressively step out there yourself and say, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And just stay on somebody's back. If you know that's what you want to do, keep calling them. Keep calling them. Keep calling them. Let them say, they're getting on my nerves, so I'm going to go ahead on and get them something.
Right.
Seriously. And I'm saying that to you guys with love.
Right.
And to touch back, one second.
So now I say go to the mic. That's what I want everybody to do when you got a comment. And I keep it real, everybody. So I want you, when you have a comment, to just go to the mic.
To piggyback on what Council President Woman Brenda Jones just said, you have to be consistent and persistent, because that's the story that I didn't tell you about what I did, which I should have brung up. In the Access for All, that's the pre-apprenticeship program I was in. I had a lead on a job, which was the Little Caesars Arena, that I didn't know anything about. And this woman, Dennis Mitchell, gave me a number to a superintendent on this job. But before she gave me that number, I called Dennis Mitchell at 7 a.m. every other day. I didn't do every day, because that's kind of crazy. Right. Every other day was kind of normal. Okay. And we actually joke about this now. She said, like Brenda Jones just said, yeah, I almost blocked you. But she saw how consistent and persistent I was. And once she gave me the superintendent's number, I didn't call Dennis no more. I called the superintendent every other day at 7 a.m. And a lot of people think, you're just lucky and things of that nature. And I've always said, you create your own luck. Right. Luck is only when preparation meets the opportunity. Right. Because at the contractors meeting with Access for All, I met my business agent, Tony Stewart. And Tony Stewart, I was talking for the class, and Tony Stewart saw how passionate I was about getting into the trades as a carpenter. And when I told Tony, he asked me, was I working at the time? I said, no, I'm calling Caesar from this contractor that I was working for. And he said, oh, I know Caesar. Call him right now and tell him I said get you a job. But it was because Caesar knew who I was, because I called him every day at 7 a.m. And when I met that opportunity that Tony knew the same person I knew, that's when that luck came into play. Right. Because I was already prepared for it when the opportunity presented itself. Okay. So she was right when and this is not a false story, this is the story of my life. You have to be consistent and persistent, and not just in getting the job, not just getting the career, but keeping it. When you go to work, your same work ethic that you take the first day, you have to be consistent and persistent to keep that. because you never know who can get you that next step on that next job site, because in construction, there's a start point and there's an end point. Now, the question is, when that end point is near, where you're going to be.
Right.
You know, are you going to be the one that's been consistent and persistent all the way through, so the superintendent or the fellow journeyman can say, hey, you know, I know this company might not have no work this week, but, you know, my guy, this guy over here, you know, I'm good friends with him. He's running work, and I see your work ethic, so I'm going to put a referral into you. The best kind of work is a word to mouth. That's the best kind of work. You know, a resume can't put what another man can say about you.
That's right.
Okay, so that goes for you and your son. I said, but
Appreciate
we'll talk more.
Appreciate it.
Council President Jones, it's been a long time. My name is Akil. I'm a retiree from the city of Detroit. But somewhere around 30 years ago, someone from TULC put the word out that they're trying to get some blacks in the trade, not unlike what's going on now. I'm surprised that it still has to occur in that way. But I answered the call then. I had a little bit of background. I come out of Cass. Don't let anybody tell you that the Detroit public school system doesn't prepare you. So I decided we could have picked any trade. So I picked carpentry because I had been good at wood shop. And I excelled. Scored so high on the test that they sent me directly into the commercial field. I didn't have to do work in the house field. But just to share with you some of my experiences. After a while, I answered a call from the city of Detroit. They needed building inspectors. So I answered that call and I became a building inspector. While I was a building inspector, other people who had gone through the apprenticeship program became and became building inspectors as well. One sister who was in the program after me, she came and became a building inspector and eventually became the assistant director of the department. The director of the department now, he went through me under his probation, and he's now the director of the department, David Bell. And so there's a lot of opportunities available to you as a skilled trade worker, in addition to being an independent contractor. You can work for the big companies, or you can get your old pickup truck like Fred Sanford and put a sign on the side and work for. There's a lot of housing stock in the city of Detroit that needs to be repaired, but it needs to be repaired in a manner that's consistent with good quality work. Okay, we got enough jacklegs out there, but we want good quality workmen. And so, I didn't add. I worked overseas for 3 years in Saudi Arabia based on the preparation that I had prior to that. I had enough experience that when the call went out, I answered the call, and I had never made a resume before. And I asked them, well, what do I have to do? They said, give us a resume. My resume was 8 pages long. I had never done a resume before. And so they sent me overseas, didn't know me from Adam. Sent me a plane ticket, I got on the plane. I hadn't been any farther than New York. Got on the plane and found my way over to Saudi Arabia and stayed and got more experience as a supervisor over there. So there's a lot of opportunity in this kind of work. There's an expression that I heard once, and I adopted it, and it says, find something you like to do and you'll never work a day in your life. And I believe that. In other words, find one of these trades that you like. You know, get your hands dirty. One of the guys told us when they were trying to encourage us to be a member of the trade, I think it was a plumber. He said, yeah, you get dirty, but we make a lot of money so you can buy plenty of soap. And no kidding. And so what I'm looking for now, since I'm retired, I got a little time. So I'm looking for a training program to participate with or participate in so that I can share some of my 40-something odd years of experience in this industry. And so that's what I'm here for today, you know, and I'll gladly share my experiences with anybody who got the time to listen. I think it's a condition of old age. When you get older, you can talk more. But I got a lot to talk about. You know, I got some experiences. All right, thank you.
Well, yeah. Well, I think you're in luck because if you know David Bell, then that would be the first person I would contact if you're interested in getting involved in mentorship and advocating for more young men and women into the trade. Right now, we have the A. Philip Randolph Center on the west side of Detroit. That is, their programs now have sufficient funding for 300 students, and that's just the start. A kickstart of really investing into skilled trades for the city of Detroit. So there's plenty of opportunity for those of you that are retired that want to get involved. We need you. Old tradesmen that have old school, new school way of doing things and the tricks of the trade, as we so eloquently say. There's a lot of institutional knowledge that we need to pass down to our younger generation. We need to make sure that our young men and women are rebuilding our own city. And in fact, there's a real tragedy that's going on right now at Marathon Oil Refinery that they're shipping people in from Texas right now to do work in our city that we're subsidizing. So it's a real tragedy that's going on right now, and that kind of stuff has to stop. It has to stop. We have to be more empowered to do something about it and put up a fight when companies strong-arm our own communities by bringing in outsiders to do work here. One of the reasons, if I may so boldly say, is one of the reasons why the Skilled Trade Task Force was put together was to stave off all of that encroachment onto jobs that we should have here in the city of Detroit for Detroit residents. They're using taxpayer dollars. They can use the citizens of the city of Detroit, and we have to do more to make sure that we have more trained men and women for those positions. But they are here. There's not a lack of jobs at all. If you want to get into skilled trades, there's plenty of work. There is plenty of work. No worries about if you want to make money. There is more money than you can make. So I would encourage anybody that wants to get involved, like the gentleman was talking about, find a program that you like. Access for All is a good place to start.
And he couldn't have said it better than what I would have said it. That's exactly why I started the Skilled Trades Task Force, because I got sick of seeing men and women come from other cities and other states, and let me say other states, as we needed people in the skilled trades. There is a lot of money out there in the skilled trades, and the city is continuing to be developed. The bridge is about to be built, and there are developers that are constantly coming into the city of Detroit wanting to develop, who are receiving tax abatements, taxpayers' dollars. There's an executive order that is in place that says that you have to hire 51% of Detroit residents if you are receiving taxpayers' dollars. 51% of Detroit residents. And if you do not hire them, you are fined. And so these people that you see up here today are here because they want to assist you. You have a retiree that just stood up and spoke because they want to assist you. There is no reason Why? If that's the desire that you have to want to be into the trade, there's no reason why you can't get into the trades. Now, the only story that I tell, and I tell everybody, I keep it real. I call it the way it is. And I don't know if anyone has said it, but I always say that if you're interested in the skilled trades, the first thing is to make sure you are drug-free. Now, if you're not drug-free, then I don't need to know you're not drug-free. You know it. Do whatever you need to do to get yourself clean so that when you go to try to qualify for that apprenticeship, you can qualify. You don't have to worry about them saying, well, you're testing that you have drugs in your system. I want to get a program going where if you are not drug-free, you can still get into that. But until we get that, right now you have to be drug-free. And so if you're not, get yourself drug-free. Continue to do what you're doing as far as looking at what trade you're interested in. Access for All is good, but I always say if you don't go to Access for All and you're interested in a trade, don't just say, I want a job. Know what trade you're interested in, because while you're going through that apprenticeship program, time is going on. We can't rebuy time. We can rebuy food and clothes, but we can't rebuy time. And as time go on, you're getting older. You're getting older. And you want to make sure that's the career that you want to be in. And notice I keep saying career because it's not a job. It's something that someone cannot take away from you. If you're not working for that developer tomorrow, guess what? Once you get that journeyman card, just like he said, you can go anywhere. You can go anywhere with that trade that you have and continue on with your career. If you're sick of Detroit, and I hope you're not, you can go to California, Hawaii, Miami. You can go any place you want to go to continue on with that career. You can even be your own business person. You can start your own business. We have Adrienne Bennett, and she's not here today because she's on a panel who was and is the first female master plumber. And she went through apprenticeship program. And I knew her when she started off going through those apprenticeship programs. So we've known each other for a while. Now she has her own business. And she's hiring people. She's sitting there giving directions and telling people what to do as a plumber. And guess what? These skills that we're talking about, they're not going anyplace. You're going to always have to turn on the light. So we're going to always need an electrician. You're going to always flush that toilet. So we're going to always, and turn on some water, we're going to always need a plumber. Things are going to always have to be built. So we're going to always need a carpenter and a laborer. And it goes on and on with the different skills. So pick the skill that you know you're interested in so that you're just not going there being bored because it's something that you want to do. And you're energized to want to do that. And you're going to make money while you're energized to want to do that. Ain't nothing better than making money while you're doing what you like to do. So pick the skill that you're interested in, and benefits as well. Pick the skill that you're interested in and be persistent trying to get into that skill.
Yeah, thank you. I want to just piggyback on what Councilwoman Jones is saying. I myself, and this must be Carpenter's Day, I am a journeyman carpenter who has successfully completed the apprenticeship program. And also I hold a bachelor's degree where I finished college also. And somehow or another, the combination of those two make you want to come back and see what you can do to help somebody else. Just like this carpenter is saying up here. And so I'm a part of Hope for America, and our whole mission is to expose, mentor, and coach those who want to learn more about skilled trades and how to get in. So those individuals, just like they say, you need to be aggressive. We want to try to coach them in that direction because it's not a cakewalk. You got to be willing to go ahead and commit yourself. Just like the brother saying up here, you have to commit yourself, and you got to be willing to extend yourself to know that you have to go through almost like a pledging process to become that journeyman. And that's the way it is. And they've got certain requirements that you got to fulfill. But it's a great opportunity for a career. So at Hope for America, we are career navigators, and our main objective is to support skilled trades and helping them to be exposed, mentor, and coaching. And I wanted to ask a question here. The program you were speaking of, is that specifically for skilled trades?
You talking about me?
Yeah, the one that you mentioned.
Yes. This is, yes, for skilled trades and folks looking to go into the construction.
And
trade.
so it's a entry level for people who want to get the basic skills to get into skilled trades?
Yes, it's like a pre-apprenticeship program.
Okay.
So for folks, yes, because depending on which area or of skilled trade that you're looking to go into,
Right.
they have different requirements, whether it's reading or math skill levels. So depending on which type of trade that you want to go into, for some people, they just are, their skill level is not to where they can actually qualify.
Correct.
So this helps to upskill folks who are interested in going down that particular career path to get them so that way they can actually qualify for those opportunities to go into full-fledged apprenticeship programs.
Is there any age restrictions for coming into the program?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay, great. And you do need a GED or a diploma?
Let me double check here. So for this particular program, no, because I believe that this actually helps people who do not have GEDs with their GED
Okay.
attainment.
Okay. you
So
get
no,
help.
that is not a
So you
requirement.
can get in the program and they'll help you get the GED?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well, great. That's the kind of information we're liking to understand so we can help each and every person who has a desire to want to get into the skilled trades. So when they come to us at Hope for America, we're trying to see how we can direct them if they do have some roadblocks. And I support the fact that this is a drug-free, but I am looking at, too, how we can do some intervention for those who do have issues that we can still, if they got great skills, we can find ways to deal with that to help them along to get into programs. So we at Hope for America are supporting exactly what you're talking about, Council President, and we want to hope any of those in here who have some information or want some information or want to have a coach to help you coach you through the process, you can feel free to contact me, because that's what we do. Thank you.
And excuse me, I just also want to jump in really quickly and piggyback on that. The importance, and I know it's been brought up a couple times already, the importance of having strong mentors. Whenever you're going into any particular career path and you're looking to excel at any career path, will they say your network is your net worth? So it's really important to have an entire network of people that are supporting you in what it is that's going to be involved in you getting to where it is that you want to go. And one of the wonderful things about Detroit Employment Solutions Corporation is that you have an actual full-on staff that is helping to assist you through your journey throughout that entire process. So if you need assistance, or if you need mentoring in a particular area, if you need assistance with any academic skill development, if you need assistance with housing, if you need assistance with substance abuse, if that's a challenge of yours, we have services and we have an entire staff that's dedicated to assist you with all of those things. So utilize us. We cannot get the job for you, but we can give you all the tools that you need in order to be able to feel empowered when you go in to speak with any employer. But just make sure that you reach out. And part of that work that folks are talking about that is involved involves you coming and seeing your case manager as well, seeing your career advisor, staying in contact with them, making sure that if you have any questions about anything that's going on in the process, that you reach out to them and you call them, because there are a lot of people who say that they want work, but they're not willing to reach out and get the help that they need. So utilize your network. Just wanted to add that.
You know, I want to just say one thing. I want to say one thing about your GED. I don't know if you covered this or not, but we were at a fair, and I think it was Judge Thomas who talked about the GED process. If you left school in 10th or 11th grade, you just need to get your transcripts from school, whatever school you were at, and then they'll do a determination as to what classes you need to finish your course to get your GED. You don't have to take them all. You don't have to take what you've already taken. So it's important to look into that because that can save someone a lot of time. So you need to know about that.
Good evening. I just wanted to say this, and I'm glad to be here, and this was the last minute information that was brought to our attention. But I work for the State of Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. I am one of the case managers that is located at one of the schools throughout the state of Michigan. If you're not aware that they put the workers, some of the workers throughout the school district. But what I'm here for is to obtain the information so I could pass it along to the parents that we are serving, as well as the children, their children that attend that particular school that we're placed at. So I'm here to grab all the information as I can. I'm going to take this back. I see the next gathering on, 25th of October. Hopefully I could be there on time for the whole presentation. So basically what I'm gathering is we can provide this information to our parents, and then they will contact these organizations and the Detroit Employment Solution if they need to obtain their GED or enter into a pre-apprenticeship program so they can go into a particular skilled trades program. So I'll just make these copies, but I just wanted to let you know that I was here representing the state of Michigan.
Are you with the Pathway to Potential
Yes,
program?
I am. I'm with
Fantastic,
the
because we partner
Pathways.
with you guys.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
And you know, too, and I also want to share this with everybody as well. So not only just are we looking to attend panels like this, but now we are also working with a lot of our district managers and some of the different churches within the faith-based community, where we are now holding, in partnership with the mayor's office, opportunity fairs that are going to be taking place in different districts. So definitely be on the lookout for that as well. And during those events, we also have panel discussions where we talk more in depth about our one-stop services. We also invite employers who have immediate employment opportunities available and are looking for folks. We invite them to also attend. We also talk about different types of training opportunities and how you can enroll in those different types of training as well. So yeah, so these are other opportunities. If you guys want to look at employment and/or training, to please make sure that you share this information with folks that you know who may be looking.
Okay, I think it's a great opportunity too. I would say I do have a family memorial to go to, but thank you so much.
And thank you for being here. And let me just say to everybody, also often we don't share information with people. We have to learn how to share information with other people. I know there are a lot of people out there that would love to know about this Skilled Trades Task Force meeting. But I can't get to everybody. But you guys are in here. This is free. And these people up here have volunteered their time to be here to assist. Nobody is getting paid to be up here. These people come to almost every meeting that we have. They are just as dedicated as I am to trying to help those who are interested in wanting to be in the skilled trades. And so sometimes if we share the information with someone and they come out to the meetings, normally they stay here at the meetings longer than I stay here to talk to you, to give you information that sometimes you don't want to go to the mic and ask. And I always say, we family in here. We're all here for one reason. But we are all family. And I always say, no question is a dumb question other than the question you sit there and say, God, I should have asked that. Because I can guarantee you, if you think it's a dumb question, somebody there is sitting there probably with that same question, saying, God, that's a dumb question. I ain't going to ask it. No question is dumb. If it's a question that you have and you need an answer for it, it's not a dumb question. So ask that question. We're all here to help each other. I always say, we are here to use each other. The problem is not using each other. The problem is when you misuse each other, because we're all here, and God put us all here on earth to be able to use one another. And everybody has somebody help them along their path. And we have to learn how to give back and help somebody else who needs that assistance. And that's why these people are here, to try to give back and help somebody else. And so if you have a question, we got a few more minutes, like a half an hour. Come to the mic and ask that question, but also don't just walk out of this door and not share the information with someone. Tell them our next meeting is October the 24th. Sometimes we have the DSC mobile unit outside that'll help you fill out a resume, give you the information that you need. The mobile unit comes, and they'll have that resource center that'll help you. They're normally here, and they come from 2 to 4. So tell somebody about the next meeting so that they can come too, and not just watch it on TV or not just hear it from you, but be able to talk to someone, to be able to get that feel and to get that information and to get that phone number so they can call them my brother said not every day, but I'm going to call you every day if I want some, so that they can call them every other day, as he said, or however often they want to call. Some might call at 8 o'clock and then call again at 5, whatever works for you. But let them come themselves and invite them to come, because you know what? This room is big. And we can keep putting chairs in here. We can keep putting chairs. And we go out into the community. It would be more convenient for me to stay downtown. But we don't want to stay downtown. We go out into the community so that you don't have to worry about getting a ticket. If you're driving, help me somebody who got $45. So that you can take the bus. It's convenient so that you can walk because it's in your neighborhood. We go out into the community because we want the community to know we are here to try to assist you in getting a career, because those opportunities does exist out there, and there are plenty of them as we continue to redevelop this city.
Yes, good evening, Council President Jones. I'm here on behalf of my 2 grandsons. I talked with you back in back in June 29th, when you came to Local 22. I'm a member of Local 22. I just retired last year, did 40 years at General Motors, Detroit Hamtramck. Before I die, I want to make sure my 2 grandsons get into the trades. They're at work now. They're on these dead-end jobs. I told them today, I said, take off. This meeting is very important. I want y'all to take off and see what Council President Brenda Jones and her people have to say. Granddad, I can't do it. I can't do it. I said, well, I'm going to be here to represent you. I said, the next meeting, you guys have to take off. I want these guys to get in the trade because that's a way of life, of the good living. And not only that, these young men need to be more productive. You know, lot of young men doing a lot of things out there, bad things out there, and they need to do better. And I want my 2 grandsons to do better. I'm here to represent them today. I went back online. I went to Northwest Activity Center last week. I followed my resume. I didn't even have to do this. I retired 40 years. But I want to show them, I want to give them some encouragement that if I can do it, they can do it. And I'm here for them today. And I'm glad I came out. I get a lot of informative information. And you, young lady, I might get back into I might get into your trade. That 8 weeks program.
Fantastic.
I kind of like that. And you're gonna pay for it too. I like that. But you know, I'm here today for them to make sure they get in this trade before I leave this earth. And I'm glad I spoke with you back there in Local 22 and on Michigan Avenue. I don't know if you remember me or not. We broke bread together. We sat down and ate together. But I had to come back out because I missed the last meeting you guys had. But I'm not going to miss this one, and I'm going to get all the information I need so these 2 young men to get in this trade. And other young men, I'll make sure I do that before I leave this earth. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And he said young man, I say young men and young ladies as well. And he said local 22, that's UAW local 22, and we did a expungement and job fair there. And I'm saying that because a lot of times people think that because they have a felony, or they are a returning citizen, and I say returning, I don't mean that you're coming back from the Navy or the Air Force. You know what returning citizens is that there's nothing for you. And that's not true, because most of the trades, and almost all of them, will hire or will put you into an apprenticeship program if you are a returning citizen. And so we did an expungement fair trying to help people get their records straight if they can get their felony expunged with Judge Deborah Thomas, and we were packed out. And there was also a job fair there. So don't think, and if you know someone who has a felony, I don't want to see them go back. And in order for them to not go back, they need to try to get into the skilled trades, get a job, get a career, because we know that a lot of times you don't plan on getting into any trouble, but if you got to feed yourself or you got to feed your family, what happens? You end up doing something that you would not otherwise do. And I don't want to see that happen with anyone, and I don't want to see them have to go back. I don't like seeing anybody having to work 2 and 3 jobs to make ends meet because they making $5 or $6 or $8 an hour when you can get into the trade. And I think this young man said $18 an hour. $18 an hour, and continue to climb up, and up, and up. And so the next meeting is, I reluctantly say, because I'm going to be here, October the 25th, which is my birthday. So it ain't even a holiday for me, because I'm going to be here with you all. And it is at Citadel of Praise, which is on the west side, 20280 Linden, 2 blocks west of Evergreen. So we go from the east to the west, and you can come from the east to the west, and we try to go all over so that we can assist everybody that needs assistance. So don't just keep the information to yourself. And I keep saying that because I know a lot of times you walk out of the room and you don't tell nobody. And it's enough to go around for everybody. It's enough trades to go around.
You know, I won't be long with my comments, but I want to, first of all, before I do, I'm Dr. Ray Johnson, and President of Global Education Services. But you know what? Give this sister a big hand. She is a warrior. She's on a mission, and we're very proud because she represents us. We all know and are confident when she goes in the room for our best interest. And I salute you, and happy birthday to you. I've been an educator for many years, and I've created some schools here, and our company creates schools around the country, also in Dakar, Senegal. Paul Robeson Academy was one. We helped put together Bates Academy. Education is always extremely important. When I was certainly in Egypt, and I raised camels there in Cairo, Egypt, back in 1995, and I looked at the pyramids that your ancestors built. We've been builders and carpenters since the beginning and dawning of time. And so it is consistent with our heritage that we participate on this level. I've also come to share the fact that I am a developer as well. There's a program, our development company is Karasi Development. We're doing right over in the Boston Edison area, right across the street from where the 67 rebellion took place. I've come to share our email address because we're participating in a program with UAW where we will be able to work with those who are interested in those skilled trades. That particular development project is expansive. It will start with the Culture and Education Center, and then it will go to the mixed use, and then an early childhood and educational school as well. And I want to give you our email. It's karasidevelopment@gmail.com. Oh, yes, right, Karasi, K-R-A-S-I. Okay, K-A-R-A-S-I, A-S-I, which is a Cape Verdean term for wisdom in life. K-A-R-A-S-I. And you can also go on YouTube and type in Karasi Development Company, and there's a video that talks about this. But I wanted to share that information, and also I'll be at the next meeting too, and anything I can do to assist. And we're looking at folks who can partner with us and learn those skills. And UAW is one of our partners, and we have several other supporters as well. Happy birthday to you.
Next month. Thank you.
Yes, at Gmail. At Gmail.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Antonia Giles from Reclaim Detroit. I've been to almost like every one of these meetings this year, but I've never introduced myself. But I want everyone to know that Reclaim Detroit, we're a deconstruction company, and we partner with DESC actually for the DEEP program. Well, we have in the past, and we're still participating in the DEEP program. But we also, on our own, have a workforce development program where we do 8 to 10 weeks. There are 4 to 5 weeks of classroom training with Detroit Training Center. And then there are 4 to 5 weeks of on-the-job training with our deconstruction crews, and it is paid deconstruction work. And then we help with job placement after the program ends. So we are looking to start doing interviews again in the next couple of weeks. We have a project coming up, a big project that we're working on. And so if anyone would be interested in our deconstruction program, please find me after this meeting, and I can get your information down, and I'll reach out to you soon to start doing interviews. So I just want everyone to know that I'm here. My name is Antonia, and I'm from Reclaim Detroit.
Thank you.
My name is Dimitri Williams. I picked my son up from the bus stop right there. He go to Conner Creek East. He no longer go to Hellman due to the teacher situation. But I was wondering if you all had more information, because the young lady out front told me that y'all do this once a month. I never heard of this. And if it wasn't for the RV outside, I wouldn't know about this.
Wow.
I called my cousin, live on Rossini. I live on Kelly and Hayes. Nobody around here knows anything, and I know a lot of people. My cousin's a journeyman. I know he would like to be here, but unfortunately, due to the short time, he couldn't be here. You all said that you know felon-friendly jobs. I have a cousin that actually he went to school. He's a brick mason, layer. But I don't know because he has a felony, he can't have a job. But I would like to get more information about that. I would like to get more information about when and where you all. I know the next meeting is the 24th. I'd like to get more information about that. The guy on the RV told me that for the apprentice program, they do things at the Samaritan Center, but he was from Northwest Activity Center, so he didn't have much information for me about the Samaritan Center. And I would like to get as much information about that, and I appreciate the fact that you said that you're not just trying to stay downtown, you're trying to come to the neighborhoods too, because a lot of us, especially down this way, feel like there is no hope for us. So I do appreciate that fact, and I'm 27 with an 8-year-old child. I'm tired of going from $12 here, $12 here, $10 here. I'm looking for a career, something that I can retire from. So if you all got any information for me.
So, yeah, let me start off. I don't know, were you here to hear his story?
I heard him talk, but I don't know, because I did miss some, so I don't.
Okay.
But if it was about, like you said, you persistent on calling, I was here for that.
Okay. He has a great story, and maybe afterwards you can talk to him. But we move around the community. We move around the city. We have a meeting every month with the exception of August and November and December. So what is that, 9 months out of the year, we have a meeting. Even if I'm not here, they roll with the meeting.
Okay.
One monkey don't stop a show. So, and we have to know that. And I'm not a monkey, but you know that's the phrase that goes. So I use the phrase, you know what? I keep it real, y'all. I keep it real. And that's the phrase you know. So I'm using that phrase. And so we keep it going because it's all about helping each other, whether or not one person is here or not. And at some of our meetings, we have the bricklayers union that's here to talk. And so I never know who's going to show up, which trades are going to show up. This one I know going to be there at every meeting, unless he out of town. They're normally at every meeting. So basically the people you see here are at every meeting. He's joining us new, and we saw him as we were cutting the ribbon, and we asked him to come to the meeting, joining us new for a month-to-month meeting. Not joining us new, but he started off not being into the trade. And now he's a project manager. Never thought he would be that, but started off working in the arena and just grew and grew and grew and grew. And now he's like a supervisor, telling people what to do. And I'm so proud of him. But we move around, and you can catch the bus to come to where we are. and we say be persistent because sometimes you may not be able to get into that trade. You may not get anything that month.
Right.
You know, you may not get anything, but don't give up because just keep trying. Just keep pushing. Nothing, I always say anything you get real easy, you probably going to let it go real
Right,
easy.
right.
Anything you work at getting, you're going to work at keeping. And so even if you don't get it at this meeting, come to the next meeting. And that's why I said we try to be in the community so you can catch the bus to where we are. Everybody don't drive. And that's why I say reach out, because we can't tell everybody. And you know somebody we don't know.
Right.
And so you tell the person that the next meeting is Tuesday, October the 25th. It's on the west side on 24th. It ain't my birthday, thank you, Jesus. But you can they can catch the bus over there, or you can join in together and ride in the car, whatever you need to do to get there. It might be different people that are there with different trades that are there. And so invite them all to come. We'll find a chair for them. We'll find room for them because we're here to try to help each other. And so we just have to learn how to share the information because we can't be everywhere telling everybody.
Okay.
And I also just wanted to jump in and just, I'm actually gonna have to excuse myself. I have another commitment that I have to get to, but I will leave some of my business cards there on the table as well, so you can get that information. And also, you can go on to either the DetroitAtWork.com website, or you can go onto DESC's website, which is DESCMIWorks.com.
I'm sorry, DESC?
Yes, for Detroit Employment Solutions Corporation. So DESCMIWorks.com.
Okay.
And if you go on there, we have lots of different information about events that we're going to be attending. You can go under the Workforce One. There's a drop down under the Contact Us in the navigation bar. And there's a calendar, a public calendar there, so that way as well, you can take a look at the calendar and see where our mobile unit, the big green bus that you saw outside,
Yes.
You can see where we're going to be located because we do different resource events and job fairs all around the city.
Okay.
So you can check that out as well if you wanted to get some more information about various opportunities that may be going on around the city. So,
Okay. I do appreciate y'all because, like I said, I'm 27 and it's very discouraging. Like I said, going from job to job, like the man said, he's here for his kids. I understand why they said they couldn't make it because, like I said, my mama just helped me out today with my car, my car in the shop. And I understand what it's like to be like, I don't want to come to you, Dad. I'm a grown man, you know what I'm saying? And if they miss work, they're going to depend on you. So I understand it, but at the same time, it still put us in a rough situation to go out and look for better. And I appreciate all of you out there because y'all are encouraging me, whether you know it or not. But y'all motivating me right now. So, and I really do appreciate every single one of you all.
And we all had somebody that motivated us, that helped us along the way, and that's why I say we try to give back to help each other, and that's what we have to do. In this society, we have to learn how to be help to each other, because if we don't, we'll all fail.
Yes.
So we all got to help each other.
So let me give you two more websites. The one that you have in your hand,
Yes, sir.
there's mustcareers.org on that. You can see it. It's right on there. If you open that,
okay.
it says mustcareers.org.
Yes,
If
sir.
you go to that website, it's going to link you to all of our training centers. It's going to link you to all these different apprenticeship programs. So that one website will be able to get you to and navigate to all these different programs. And these are paid apprenticeship programs. That means we pay you to go to school and learn these trades. And at this time in our history, there is more work than we have seen in my lifetime and in anybody else's lifetime that's sitting here. Everything is being worked on all at the same time, from the infrastructure to the top of the tallest buildings to new buildings being built. There's a lot of investment going on in the city of Detroit. It is our responsibility, is our duty to make sure that we pass along the information of all the opportunities that's going on. So that mustcareers.org website, text that to somebody. Social media, get on social media and push that out there so that people, we push out useless information. Let's push out some information, some food for encouragement, some food for thought, some fruits of our labors that somebody else can take advantage of. Plant some seeds that more people can get involved in these programs. There is a huge need to get more Detroit residents onto these jobs. Everybody up here is pushing hard, volunteering their time to make sure that people like you and everybody in your family and your household knows about these are paid programs, paid apprenticeships. You heard $18 an hour just to start with no knowledge, no skill at all, starting you off at square one. For the IBEW, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 58, you can go to our website. You can navigate through that Musk Careers. You can go directly to our website, IBEWlocal58.org, hit apprenticeship programs. We are hiring, we are putting more people into apprenticeship programs than we ever have in probably 20 plus years. And then just to give you just a scope and scale, 46% of the workforce is going to be retiring. That means all the baby boomers, when they go off into retirement, it's going to be a huge void of people that are now retired. How are we going to replace them? With who? Right? So we're advocating, we're pushing mentorship, trying to get more people involved into the skilled trades. So all the big developers that you hear, that you see, there's construction going on everywhere. They're going to keep on building, right? They're going to keep on building. They're not going to, there's no stopping the money train. So we need to make sure that these jobs go to Detroit residents.
I just have one thing I want to say before Percy comes to the mic. I want to acknowledge that Ser Metro's in the room. They've been here. And Ser Metro is another one of those pre-apprenticeship programs. And what they are is they're starting to recruit for, I believe, October 16th is the date they're looking at. But so if you don't think that you can pass those tests, Ser Metro is another avenue, and they're in association with the ESC. So please give them a call, and if you really think that. Also, if you're looking for a job in the interim, Ser Metro is a good avenue to hopefully get you a job, to hold you over till you get into an apprenticeship program.
Can you spell Ser Metro, please?
Well, I'd like Ser Metro to get up here and talk about Ser Metro.
Okay, and while she's doing that, let me also say this. We've been doing this meeting for 10 years. For 10 years, I've chaired the Skilled Trades Task Force. And so what I asked you all to do, because I know y'all do Facebook, Twitter, and everything else, I don't have a problem with you sharing the information of our next meeting on your Facebook page, on your Twitter page. That's a knock on wood, we have never had a problem with anyone coming in being disruptive at any meeting. So sometimes they don't like sharing it because anybody might come in. We've never had a problem. We've never had a problem. So I don't have a problem with you sharing the information on your social media page, because that just means we have more people that we are assisting. And that's all it's about to us, is trying to help people with the careers that you get into. You get benefits. You need insurance for your 8-year-old baby. So you get benefits with those with these careers. And benefits are expensive. Benefits are very expensive. And so we like to try to assist any and everybody that we can assist, so share that information. Ser Metro?
Ser Metro, yes. Hello, good evening. My name is Rocio Campos. I am the Youth Services Partner Coordinator for Ser Metro. Just like she was saying, we have a couple pre-apprenticeship training programs. We have our BCO program, which is for anyone that is 18 and up, and I don't have flyers. Actually, I grabbed some, but I saw a couple people out there by the truck, and I just gave them out there. But you feel free to give me a call. And that training program gives you the foundation that you're going to need in order to apply for the apprenticeship training programs out there. So it's going to give you, if you need help with math, if you need help with comprehension, so wherever you're at, they're going to help you build those skills in order to apply for that, for those apprenticeship programs. We also have a Youth Build program, which is a very unique program. It has a GED component as well as a high school component. We service anyone between the ages 16 to 24, depending on their credits. And once they get evaluated, is what track they're going to go ahead and take. If they had to take electives, it's a very unique program because their elective is construction-based. And they're actually partnered with a construction company where they're able to get an incentive, $9.50 an hour, on every other Friday, so they're actually getting paid to go work for a construction company during that Friday. And during the week that they're getting trained in-house, they're getting as well, they're also getting an incentive. So they're roughly about getting $1,200 for the entire school year. And there's other opportunities as well. We also have Workforce Wednesdays, which is tomorrow. Every Wednesday, except if there's a holiday in that week, we cancel Workforce Wednesdays because no one shows up. Workforce Wednesdays is a really cool opportunity for everyone to come and join us. And we have, if you need to build your resume, if you need to do a cover letter. However, if you already have those things, then you could go straight to see one of our employers. We have employers that are hiring on the spot. Tomorrow is PDW. They're looking for mechanics. They're looking for laborers. Cannot remember what the other title is. They're also, yes, drivers. Thank you. Drivers. And we also have MGM, which they're hiring for about 10 or 15 positions that they have available. So if you are looking for a job and you just need a job in order to help us get you to be, into a career, it's just the first step that you want to take. We're there to help you.
Can he have one of your cards?
Absolutely.
Thank you once again, Brenda Jones.
Hold on for 1 minute, Percy.
Okay, sure.
She wanted to.
I wanted to let you know that we have applications back here for the plumbers program, but please don't give them back to me. On the second page, you have all this other requirements that you have to submit copies of your high school diploma or GED certificate. You need to, successfully complete the aptitude test, pay the fee, and take the test and submit. And then once you have all the requirements and all the paperwork and all the copies completed, then you have to take the application to the school during the hours that are listed in the application on the second page. I mean, if you give them to me, I'm just going to send them back to you with an explanation of what you have to do. So this way you'll expedite the process and get your information to the school directly when you appear personally and drop off all the information. So thank you, I appreciate it.
Percy.
Okay, I'm Percy Johnson, and thanks again, Brenda Jones, for having this meeting and allowed us to come here and network. So is there anybody here that needs like a mentor or someone to help guide you, to help give you assistance in being connected with these individuals that are sitting at the panel and being informed with the upcoming meetings? Put my number down, 313-719-9921. Percy Johnson. Text me right now, help, just the word help, and I will get back with you and personally talk to you and guide you to see what you're trying to pursue and help continue, to stay with you while you're trying to get into these programs and keep you informed of the upcoming meetings. So until you get employed, until you get lifted up to where you're trying to achieve and be. Okay, so use me as your mentor. They know me quite well. I've been coming here for the past 2 years. So use me as a source to help mentor you and lift you up, all right?
Percy, you've been coming longer than 2 years, but okay.
Yeah, it's been a while, and it's been working out, so, and thanks again, and once again, and then in return, all I ask for you to do is to vote. That's one thing that I push, the importance of going to the polls and voting so you can have the resources like this to be coming to your community to give you an opportunity to make it better for yourself. It's all connected. It's all connected. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions or any comments?
How you all doing today?
I'm blessed.
That's good. I'm sorry I'm late, but we got up for work at 4:30 over for the city of Detroit, working for Mayor Dugan, that new project Board Up. I'm pretty sure you all heard about it. As Ms. Jones was saying, it's kind of hard, especially I'm a re-entry. I did 12 years in the Fed, so I have no problem telling anybody my story. Got convicted of a nonviolent crime for selling drugs. Not selling drugs again, don't want to, I have no reason to. I'm working hard, want to provide for my child. And what I'm trying to say is, will I work 2 jobs? Yes. Do I want to? No. Am I willing to get the skill set? Yes. Like Ms. Jones, I was at the last one, the local 22, and I see the same faces here. I just don't want to be a face that people see. I want to be a person that helps, goes out, applies myself, and take out to the workforce and into the field and to the community. 'Cause I'm about unity. I don't know if people know what community means. Community means common folks living amongst each other in unity. But we're not living like that. We're living as neighbors in hoods. So we got to get, first of all, the terms correct and then learn how to come together in unity. That's the number one thing. But I'm here to, like, my man, I didn't hear your story. But I can see how proud you are, how you carry yourself. And I can tell that you came from somewhere to get to where you're at now today. And I'm pretty sure you had other options, but you stayed focused. Because that road was narrow, but you stayed on the narrow one. You didn't choose that wide road. So that's what I'm about. So I'm just here to get the skill sets and apply myself. And any one of you all that feels like you all can help me, I'm here. I'm like open ears. So, and I have a friend, coworker here too as well. So we both ready to get out here and go. Some people get paid $10 an hour at my job. Me, myself, I'm a lead technician. I run the crews. I get paid $13.50. Now, are we getting paid for what we do? No. But who am I to complain? Because at least I'm going out here and I got a check coming. So I'm here for any type of help.
Any other comments? Thank you for sharing your story. Any other comments or questions? Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, I have another meeting I have to go to. Our next meeting is Tuesday, October the 24th. Not my birthday, y'all. October the 24th, day before, at the City Dale. Yep, from 4 to 6 p.m., located at 20280 Linden, 2 blocks west of Evergreen. I asked you to share this information with someone. Share it on your social media page. It's okay to share the information. We are here to try to assist. I have another meeting I have to go to. We have our City Council Evening Community Meeting at the Northwest Activity Center at 7 p.m. So I'm going to have to shoot out of here. But normally, the people that you see up here are here to talk to you if you want to talk to them about anything you need assistance in and didn't want to go to the mic, or you want to just be personal with them and get more information. Again, thank you for coming on this very nice weather day outside. I think it went up to 90 degrees. I know it was quite warm out there, but I was working all day. I didn't enjoy it, but that's okay. That's okay. Thank you for coming out. We look forward to seeing you at our next meeting. Everybody stay safe. God bless you. I love you. And this meeting stands adjourned.